we're going to read Rain, Rain, Come Again. For days and days, Pooh and some of his friends had been playing an explorer. First they had decided to explore the North Pole, but since Pooh had already discovered that, they decided to go as far as they could and find a place for that no one, including them, had ever seen. They would name Pooh, Piglet, and Roo Land. During one planning meeting, Eeyore wandered by and looked so gloomy that Pooh said, "Eeyore, why don't you come with us instead of discovering Pooh, Piglet, Roo Land? We'll look for Pooh, Piglet, Roo, Eeyore Land." Eeyore thought for a moment. "It does have a nice ring to it," he said finally. "I accept." When the big day arrived, Pooh and Piglet and Roo went to Eeyore's house, carrying their map and compass and treasure buckets, but Eeyore would come in outside. "The sky looks kind of gray," he said. "We certainly can't go on and explore if it's going to rain." "Rain?" repeated Roo, looking worried. "Oh dear." "It may rain, and it may not," Pooh answered cheerfully. "You never can tell with weather." Roo began. "If we get caught in the rain, will water fall on my head?" "Yes, I suppose it will," Pooh answered. "But I don't look like water on my head, or in my eyes," Roo explained. "Not even when Mama gives me a bath." "Well, if it does rain, we can just turn our buckets upside down and wear them as hats," Pooh suggested. "Or we could put the map over us like this," Piglet said. He gave one edge to Roo to hold, and together they stood underneath it. "Well, all right then," Roo agreed reluctantly, and so the explorers set out to find Pooh, Piglet, Roo, Eeyore Land, come rain or shine. As they reached the middle of the large open field, the rain did come. "I told you so," cried Eeyore, as the friends ran for shelter beneath some trees. "My bucket," called Roo, as his homemade rain hat went flying into the air with every bounce. "I wish I had my umbrella," Piglet confessed. Pooh, meanwhile, was trying to unfold the map. As they huddled beneath the branches, catching their breath, Pooh held out the soggy paper. "Oh, bother," he said. "The rain made the ink run on the map, and now we can't read it." "At least we still have the compass," said Piglet. "No, we don't," confused Roo. "I dropped it when it was hurrying." "I knew this explorer was a bad idea," Eeyore groaned miserably. Roo looked out at the falling rain. "I'll go search for the compass," he announced bravely. He closed his eyes and ventured out from under the tree, but luckily just at that moment the rain stopped. The little kangaroo took one hop across the field and found that he could hop no farther. "Uh-oh, I'm stuck!" he exclaimed. The rain left the ground all muddy. But when Roo finally pulled his feet out of the muck, a big smile crossed his face. "Gee, listen to the wonderful noise the mud makes." He giggled as he went squish, squish, squish with his feet. "Come on, Pooh," said to the others. "Let's all try it," Pooh hurried over, but stopped when he heard something crunch beneath his feet. "Oops," he said. "I think I found the compass." Pooh picked it up and turned into a circle. "That's funny," he said. "No matter which direction I stand in, the arrow points north." Eeyore moaned. "Now we'll never find our way back." "Oh dear," said Piglet. We really are lost." Pooh thought for a while. Then he heard his tummy rumble. "Ah," he said, "I almost forgot. I can find the way home just by listening to my tummy. It can always hear my honey pots calling." "If you're hungry, Pooh, I can fix you something to eat," said Roo. He scooped up some wonderful gooey mud and put it on his bucket. Then he took out a handful and began patting into the shape. "I'll make you mud pies," he announced. Then he picked up the little rocks and said, "With raisins on them too." Boo bent down to pick up another rock. "Yikes," he said. "There are baby snakes under there." "Those aren't snakes," said Pooh, who were quite well-lived. "Those are earthworms. They come out after the rain." "Ooh," said Roo, "they're slimy." "I've been thinking," Pooh said, "looking around since we've never been here. Perhaps this is Pooh, Piglet, Roo, Eeyore land." Eeyore gazed around the muddy field. Somehow he said, "I think it would be grander." "I think there would be worms," said Piglet. "I didn't imagine to be so wet," added Roo. "We'll keep looking then," said Pooh, who was an ant. Fell into a great big puddle. "Here, let me help," offered Piglet, who instantly fell in. Soon Eeyore and Piglet both slipped in too. Since they were already wet, the friends decided to enjoy of puddle jumping. "Whee!" cried Roo, who was having so much fun he didn't seem to notice the water splashing on his head. When they had finished, Piglet looked up and said, "Look over there. I see a cloud that looks like a hat." "And I see a bee," added Eeyore. "Where?" Pooh explained. "I didn't hear any buzzing." "Not a real bee, Pooh," sniffed Eeyore. "A cloud bee." "Oh, bother," said Pooh, disappointed. "My tummy's rumbling." "You should have tried some of my mud pies," said Roo. As they continued their search for Pooh, Piglet, Roo, Eeyore land, the explorers found some blueberry bushes, still glistening from the rain. Roo popped a berry into his mouth. He said. "A bear's gone to keep his strength up if he goes to exploring." "Delicious," cried Roo, smacking his lips. Anyone agreed tried the rain. Merely the berry's taste. Extra juicy, so they filled the buckets to the brim. A while later, as Pooh's tummy led from closer to home, the friends came across some footprints in the mud. "You don't suppose they belong to a Huffalump?" wondered Piglet. "I don't know if they come out after the rain," Pooh answered. "They should," exclaimed Roo. "The rain is fun if you like that sort of thing," said Eeyore, who secretly did. Quietly, the explorers followed the tracks, keeping an eye out for Huffalumps, Woozles, and the other wild animals, just in case. When the tracks ended, they were standing at Pooh's front door. "Do we have to go in?" Piglet asked. "If there's a Hufflepuff inside," Pooh whispered, "I've got to stop him before he eats all of my honey." With his friends gathered cautiously behind him, Pooh pushed open the door. "Hello," said Kanga, when the rain were inside. "I sure you explored got ruined by the rain. I made you all some tea and cookies to make you feel better. But our explorer didn't get ruined," said Rube breathlessly. "We made mud pies and went puddle jumping and picked berries and everything." The happy travelers joined Kanga for tea, all the while planning the next explorer, doing what they might find the real Pooh Piglet Eeyore land. "Maybe," suggested Eeyore, "we could do it on a rainy day again," and everyone agreed that was a splendid idea. Then Pooh stretched and said, "Mama, may I have a nice bath before I go to bed?" Kanga just smiled and kissed the top of his head. That is the end.